Hello, my name is Ibuku Akinshola. I'm going to be doing a physical exam on you. I do not have my lab coat right now because I don't have my lab coat and ID yet, but I was supposed to have on my lab coat, white lab coat, but I don't have it yet because it's not yet delivered. So I'm going to be doing a physical exam on you. Do I have your consent or your permission to go ahead and do the exam?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me your name?
Lushola Akinshola.
Okay. So I'm going to start doing the exam on you. And are you comfortable this way? With your pillow, yeah, your pillow, yeah. Are you comfortable? Are you having any pain?
No.
Okay. Any pain in your abdomen? So I'm going to be checking your abdomen, okay?
Okay.
Alright. So first thing first, before I even do anything, I always want to check, make sure your skin looks okay. Your skin on the abdomen, it looks, the color of your skin, there is no jaundice. Your sclera is white, so I don't see any yellow skin or any discoloration on your skin. I don't see any scars. I don't see any no striae. I'm also going to check for your symmetry of your stomach, your shape. I'm going to check for like the contour, the shape, the symmetry, and looks flat, so you're good. So that's always what we do first, okay? Whenever we are doing the abdomen, we always start with inspection. We always have to observe, and then we also observe for um, pulsations, pulsations from like the aorta. If somebody is thin, like if a patient is thin, the pulsation is visible around the aorta. But if the person is not thin, you probably wouldn't see the pulsations. Then we also check for peristatic waves from the bowels, and then generally we just like check like how you're breathing, if you're breathing evenly and stuff with your stomach. So how are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check with my stethoscope. It's called auscultation. Okay, so I'm going to be checking for your bowel sounds. Did you eat yet? So you're going to hear all the gurgling and everything in your stomach right now, okay? So I'm going to start. We always divide the stomach into like 4 quadrants. So we have the right lower quadrant, the right upper quadrant, the left upper quadrant, and then the left lower quadrant. So we start with the right lower quadrant, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to listen for maybe about 30 to 60 seconds when we are looking for normal frequency of 5 to 34 minutes. 5 to 34 minutes, okay? Per quadrant, okay? That's normal. I do hear the goggling. We should hear some goggling and clicking, okay? So right lower quadrant first, then we go to the right upper quadrant. Ooh, somebody just heard, huh? I hear all the goggling in your stomach. Okay, then the left upper quadrant, we go clockwise, okay? And then the left lower quadrant. Good. Okay, I'm also going to check your liver. We call it, I'm looking for friction rub. Okay, usually people, you just want to check to see if you have friction rub. So I check around your liver. I'm going to use the bell. And your liver is in your right upper quadrant, by the way, okay? It's right there on the right side, okay? On the right upper part. So we check for friction rub. I don't hear that. Then I'm also going to check for friction rub on the other side of your spleen, which is at the left side. Also no splenic friction rub, okay? Now I'm going to check your aorta, which is above your umbilicus, okay? And I'm looking for like bruit. I'm going to use with the bell first, and then I'm also going to use my diaphragm, okay? No bruit. Then I go to the renal artery, the right side. Also same thing with the bell. And then switch to the diaphragm. And then also left side, left renal artery. No bruit noted. and then I'm going to come down to the iliac, the left iliac, also with the bell on the diaphragm, and then the right iliac also with the bell and also with the diaphragm, and then I go right down to the femoral, which should be somewhere around there, also with the bell, and then also with the diaphragm, and then the left femoral artery also with the bell, and then also with the diaphragm. Okay, no brew noted in all this so far. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do what is called a percussion. Okay, that's the next step for the abdomen. So I'm going to start with the right lower quadrant. Okay, from the right side, lower side. Okay, so we should hear a tympanic sound when we are doing that, but usually when you are doing from the right lower, you should hear a tympani, right upper, tympani on the left upper, and then tympani on that. But now I'm going to percuss for your liver. Okay, so I'm going to start from here, from your mid clavicular line. So I'm going to go from your umbilicus. Okay, so I'm trying to see where your liver border is, so I'm going to go like that. So whenever I hear the dullness is where I stop. Okay, okay, right there. So I'm going to mark that point, and then I'm now going to go from the upper part, from the upper side. I've marked this point, so I'm going to go from the upper part also. I'm not going to do it in between the ribs because it's going to give dullness. Okay, so we want to go from the middle of the ribs. Okay, so that we won't get a false dullness. Okay, so wherever we hear the dullness is where your upper part of the liver is, which is right here. So I marked the lower part and then the upper border, so it should be between 6 to 12 centimeters, but it also depends on the age and weight. Okay, so I've marked the upper border right here. Okay, that's marked. Okay, now I'm going to percuss for the bladder. Normally when we percuss the bladder, we should get a tympanic sound, but if the bladder is full, if the bladder is between 400 to 600 ml, if it has 400 to 600 ml of fluid, because of the fluid, you are going to get the dullness sound instead of tympani. Okay, so I'm not going to percuss the bladder today. I'm just going to explain about that. So the bladder, normally we should hear the tympani sound, but then when the bladder is about 400 to 600 ml full of fluid, then we should hear the dullness sound. And then I'm also going to percuss for the spleen right here. The spleen, it should be on the left side, outer side. From the I'm going to count from the 10th intercostal space outer. Okay, from the first rib all the way to the 10th intercostal space. Alright, so we're going to percuss. Can you take a deep breath for me? Deep breath, like that. Deep breath. Okay, release your breath. Okay, that's tympani. Okay, that's tympani. The next step that we're going to do is going to be palpation. So I'm going to start with slight palpation first because my hands are cold. So I wanted to get used to my hand, okay? Before I go into like the deep stuff. And tell me if you're having any pain or anything like that, okay? As I'm going to be palpating. So I'm going to start from the right lower quadrants, okay? Just light palpation, okay? Then the upper quadrants, and the left upper quadrant, and then the left lower quadrant. Okay, that was just a light palpation. And then I'm going to go into deep palpation. I'm going to use two of my hands. Okay, tell me if you have any pain. So go like this. Any pain, any tenderness. Go like this. Any pain, tenderness. Pain,
No.
tenderness. Pain, tenderness. Okay, so now I'm going to do a technique. It's called the hooking technique. It's to check where your liver's edge is. I'm going to palpate for your liver's edge. Okay, so I go like that. I'm trying to feel where your liver's edge is. Okay, so I'm going to go from the sternal border I calculated earlier, the mid clavicular border I calculated earlier, or where the liver border is. Okay, so I'm going to go like that and try to palpate for your liver edge. Okay, can you take a deep breath for me? Oh wow, there you go. There we go. Okay, that's your edge right there. Okay, you can relax. How does that feel? Good? Okay, so now I'm going to do another technique. For the spleen, when I palpate the spleen, I shouldn't feel the spleen, because if I palpate right here and I'm feeling the spleen, that means there's like a mass or something like that. So normally you shouldn't be able to palpate the spleen. Okay, so I shouldn't be able to feel your spleen or anything like that, because your spleen is right there on the left upper side, but I shouldn't be able to feel it. Okay, now I'm going to do the what we call Murphy's sign. So I'm going to tell you to like take a deep breath like that, and then if you tell me if you're having any pain or any discomfort. Okay, so I'm going to do like a deep palpation right here. It's called Murphy's sign. Okay, and I'll tell you to take a deep breath. Okay, any pain? Okay, so that's a negative Murphy's sign. Okay, so that one is done. And then next I'm going to check for what we call like I did the Murphy's sign. Okay, I palpated your liver. I palpated for your liver edge. No pain. So I did the Murphy's sign at the right upper quadrant, right? And you said no pain, right? Okay, so that was the Murphy's sign, no pain. Then I also palpated for your liver edge, which I did with the hooking sign. Then we're not supposed to palpate, we're not supposed to feel your spleen, so I did that because it's only when you have like the mass or something like that, or enlarged liver or something like that, or enlarged spleen, that's when you can feel the spleen, but normally you don't feel that. And then next I'm going to check for like if you have like appendicitis. Okay, so there are different ways we can check for appendicitis. I can use the psoas sign. Okay, I'm going to tell you to raise your leg up. Raise this leg up. Raise it up. Raise it up to my hand. There we go. Any pain? Okay, because your appendicitis is right there on the right lower side. Okay, so if I was doing that sign and then you had pain, then that would have been positive. Well, that's called the psoas sign, but you were negative for it. Okay, before I go to the other sign that we can use for appendicitis, I forgot to do something. So there's something that is called ascites. That's like if you had like fluid in your stomach and your stomach was big, round, and everything big with fluid. Usually when your stomach is when the person has ascites, because the person is laying flat, we might not be able to feel the you can, whenever you percuss, you're going to feel tympani on the top because the fluid is like shifted to this side. So the fluid is on this side, but if I was to percuss the side where the fluid is, then I'm going to get like dullness because there's fluid at the side. Also, if I tell you to like say maybe move left, can you move left for me? Move left, then the fluid is going to go all the way down here. Then also if I percuss here, it's still going to be tympani. Okay, so wherever the fluid goes, that's where you get the dullness. So there's like a fluid shift. You know, for somebody that have ascites, when they're lying flat, the fluid shift is going to be right here, and then when I percuss, it's going to be dullness wherever the fluid goes. But if I tell her to turn this way or the other way and the fluid goes down, then it's going to be tympani where the fluid is not, because it has the ear and everything. But wherever the fluid goes, the fluid shift is going to be dullness. Okay, I forgot to mention that earlier when I was doing the other one. And then the next one I'm going to do is called obturator sign. That's also to check for appendicitis. Okay, so I'm going to tell you to go towards the left. Go towards the left. Thank you very much. You'll be very wonderful. Go to the left. I'm going to flex your leg. I'm going to just relax this leg, okay? I'm going to flex this leg. I'm going to flex it. I'm going to flex it like this. Okay? Internal. Do you feel any pain? Okay. There we go. Thank you very much. You can lay back down. And then I also forgot to mention earlier that when you do the... Okay, so that one was for the appendicitis, right? What else did I forget? For the appendicitis, I did that. Okay, so there's one more. Oh yeah, the Murphy sign I was doing earlier, yours was normal. Remember when I was pressing on your right upper side and I said it was Murphy sign? It just means that it's just checking for like cholecystitis or something like that. Okay, you know what cholecystitis is? That's like inflammation of like the liver or something like that. That's why they do the Murphy sign, just to see if you have any inflammation. Okay. I think I got everything. Yeah, I think when I was doing this hooking sign for the liver, did I tell you to take a deep breath? Take a deep breath so I can feel the edge. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then one more thing that you're gonna do for me, if you can sit up. Thank you. I'm going to check for severe tenderness on your rib. On the back side is for your kidneys. It's to check on your kidneys if your kidney is okay. So I'm going to go on the 12th rib, from the 12th rib. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. And then tell me if you have any tenderness, okay? I'm going to make a fist with my other hand, okay? Are you having any pain? Any tenderness?
No.
Okay, I'm also going to go to the right side. Any pain, any tenderness?
No.
Okay, that concludes the exam and you can go back and lay down. Thank you very much for being a good patient. Thank you.